Okay, good morning. Welcome back to Day Trade Like a Pro. It is July 8th, and I was having some technical difficulties, but let's get things underway here. So, an eventful Globex session, that's for sure. Um, I actually was ready to go here and get this going before the open, but I could not get my microphone to work. So, that is what it is. And let's look at basically overnight. We yesterday we had that target at 53.50. The market went up to 53 quarter, and then from there you can see we have this CP right here at 35, and then the market just the bottom just sort of fell out of things here once they broke below this. The next prediction point was down here, which it basically fell pretty hard down into this level. Small reaction from there, about 11 points or so, and then fell through this level. And then, as expected, these four prediction points that are close together here, it consolidated around through here. So I didn't do some of this because I figured, I mean, we already know that the low is in there, but you can see, some of the things that we've been talking about that I'll be teaching in the course that's coming up. You can see some of, how we're predicting some of that. And a couple of things to point out. So these green lines are not prediction points, but they are derived using prediction points. So pretty likely that this would be a bounce target, this 05. Now, if things are really weak, they won't get above the KP, and that's fine. But given that they've broken this area over here, I'm expecting that they're going to come up here and test this 05, and then very possibly come up and test this 0975. Now, what I have drawn in here, these highlighted areas, excuse me, these are areas that are supply areas based off of a 10-minute chart. And I didn't look at I mean, on a 4-hour chart, the market looks like it basically just went straight down. And I'm just looking at the other. So, like, even on a 1-hour chart, there's really no supply area until like 41 quarter up to 42 3 quarters. So even on a 1-hour chart, there's just really nothing. So I like that 10-minute chart. It's pretty good. And so those are the areas that I marked off on there. You can see those. So this would be, for now, this would be a pretty good bounce target, and then this would be next. I'm going to point out that we have this one price up here at 43.29 quarter, and so we'll see how things play out with that. And if they, eventually we would expect that they're going to bounce back up to there, and that we're going to see that price again. Of course, this 4300 area, extremely important in the big picture. We talked about that in MAP, and it's basically if where things um, where things close overall. So how today closes is going to be really important and give us a lot of information about what's next. So um, little pullback right here. Again, really you should see this 05 and then possibly this 10 area. And then we would need to remeasure and see what we have from there. We kind of go from there. But above there, there's this kind of this supply area between 11 and then up to like 18. And then there's this area that's 22 to 24 half. And then we have this supply area up around the CP. Taking out this 10 is probably enough to say if they can hold above this stuff down here, it's probably enough to say, okay, we're going to go back up higher again. At least back up into some of these other areas. But we really need, all we have right now is we have this measured from right here. And we would need to remeasure if we broke above this, then we would have something else to measure. So for right now, that's what I can tell you. And then if they do break down, this would be, oh, I didn't mark the rest of these in here, but I know what they are. So let me actually just pull that up to make sure. So we have 66.50 and then 61.25. So, and then 71.50. So if they do break this, let's say we really need to break it by, we probably need to break 76 just to be sure that this is actually a break of this KP here. We probably want to break 76. That that means just to be sure, okay? That's all I'm saying is if this comes down and breaks, we probably want to break 76 just to make sure. And then it comes, we have 71.50, we have 66.50, and we have 61.25. We have this supply or demand area in here. We have some demand areas down in here, but the next prediction point's down at 32.25. But if we get a break and it moves down into here, it'll give us something new to measure, and that will give us new targets. But for now, this is what we have. We have 71.50, 66.50, 61.25 if we break lower. If they don't break lower, we have 05 and 0975. So it's basically all I know what to tell you for right now. And then as the market gives us more information, things are going to change and we'll go from there. So just, using that, trade step by step and know that if we break and achieve these, then we're going to want to remeasure off of this 79.75. And again, I'm going to be teaching all of that in a course that's coming up here next week, and you can go get registered. The link is in the notes below. You can go get yourself registered there, and I'll see you back here today for the review video. And hope everyone has a great morning trading. We'll see you in a bit.